Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 269. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch. So please, I hope you like, subscribe, comment, do the YouTube things. Someday I'm gonna figure out how to put that across here, but not now. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back for a visit with me this week. The time has flown by and I have a good amount to share with you. It feels like a lot, and then I get into it and we're done in 15 minutes. So let's do our visit. How about that? As a reminder, in my description box below, I have a Happy Mail linked, a Happy Mail form linked below. If you fill that out, you only need to fill it out once if you would like to possibly receive Happy Mail. But if you do fill it out a second time with updated information, I filter out the older input. So, and if you question whether you filled it out right, fill it out again. Again, I filter out the old. No big deal. So anyway, there's that. And we have a little bit of all the things this week. So I have the giveaways to sound out. I have a featured friend. I have some finishes. I have stitching. No new stitching. One thing that came in the mail that's stitching related, one thing that came in the mail that I'm making stitching related, and talk about business. So let's do this. All right, so first of all, let's do our giveaway. So I am going to be popping there where I screenshotted who it was that won here, because some of them have numbers after them, and so I just want to be clear like who it is. So the very first one for the giveaway for our November giveaway that we're doing is, it goes to Sandy B. Milk Can Stitcher. Sandy B. Milk Can Stitcher. Number 2 goes to Rose Castra. Rose Castra. I hope I don't say these names wrong, but I'm sure I do. This number 3 goes to Aries Girl 1. Aries Girl 1. I hope I'm saying that right. And last but not least goes to Southern Gal 71. Southern Gal 71. So if you could send me an email at janetjabber@gmail.com, I can get those sent out to you in the mail. I do check that Happy Mail form usually, but I do like to receive the emails just to let me know that you know it's coming and whatnot. So anyway, send me an email and I'd appreciate it, and I will get back with you as soon. I usually respond that I got it if my mind is running clearly. So that could be challenging today, but all right. My next thing that we do on here is featured friend. And I am super excited to share this one. It was such a very pleasant email, not just about sharing her stitching, but sharing her joy of her visits on here and her stitching with, or her, that she loves my positive attitude. And it was a very, very pleasant email to read, and I enjoyed it very much. So thank you for all the kind comments and all the love. This is really just me most of the time. I am usually an upbeat person. I mean, I have my down days like everyone, but this is just how I am. Sometimes it annoys people, I'm not gonna lie. All right, but we're here to visit with Nancy. So Nancy's picture is going up here. Nancy has this beautiful full coverage Haid called, it's by Randall Spangler, A Little Light Reading. It is 1/1 on 25 count Lugana. It was simply 143,150 stitches to do that. So she stitched it up with a drawn thread, and she's gonna tack it up in her grandkids' room for them to enjoy. I love that so much, Nancy. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. That is an amazing, amazing thing. And I love the fact that it's going in the grandkids' room. I put stuff in the grandkids' room all the time. If you've been here for a while, you see, I love stitching for my grands. So yay! So that's exciting, and what a huge accomplishment. Haids are always a huge accomplishment. So super proud of you. That is amazing and cool. If you would like to enter a piece of, it's not enter, but if you would like to send me an email with a picture of attached to it of what you would like to be shared on this channel, I just add it to a queue. It's to send it to me at janetjabber@gmail.com, and I'll get added to the list. I'm telling you, this is so well received and loved that you want to be part of this. You do. It's fun. So with that, we're going to get into my stitching for this week. Off the top, because I clearly sometimes don't remember, I am still stitching the hashtag Stitching with the Stars. The person that was eliminated this week funny enough, I had just finished it recently, so I didn't stitch on the losers because I already finished it. But, and it wasn't a loser, but I feel as they get eliminated, they always come away with something that they've learned. So it's not a losing. They've been eliminated, but they did learn something while they're there. Except for the first girl that said she was taking nothing away this year. But for the other one, for the top number one this week, I'll hopefully remember which one it is in this pile when we get here. But with that, I'm going to talk to you first about finishing. I finish a berry and a stocking every month. Last week, I believe, was when I finished my stocking. And what I have to show you right now is my berry that I finished. One of these days, I'm going to be like, I finished stuffing a berry every month. But no. So Measure and Cut by Erica Michaels. This one is a super cute one. This is on a 36 count, so it's going to be a cute, tiny little one full of the loves. So that will get added to my pile of like fully finishing. My next one, I knew that I was coming in on this, but I just didn't know for sure, but whatever. This is Philanthropical Pumpkin. I had put off stitching this because it was not easy to acquire. I acquired it when it was out there, and I'm super happy to have it to this stage of finished, but I need to fully finish that. That's going to be a story on here. A repeated thing. All right, my next one, I finished the last season, but I'm going to share all of them with you. So, the last season of the Carolyn Manning's Colors of the Season. Look, I got red stuff on there. If I showed it like this, you wouldn't see that. Pay attention, Janet. So this is the fall one. How cute is that? And I'm going to drop them down because I have them all here. So this was fall or autumn. This is winter. This is spring. And last but not least is summer. So those will probably be put into like, I'll have it done into like, I think this is like, I don't know, 6x6 maybe. I don't really know what size it is, but whatever size it is, I'm going to have it made into that. And then it'll be into a frame that I could pop on and off like I do. You can't see it. I have a month one up here. I have month ones in the house that I literally just pop in and out of a frame. So I buy it once and then pop them in and out. So that is how that one will be finished for sure. So that is that. Now we're going to talk about what I've been stitching on this week. And I'm excited to share my Nora November for this week. And she will be put away for now because I will get out a different Mirabilia / Nora Corbett. So this is the one. And this is Charlotte. And I was part of the Queen City Retreat in 2023 for Mirabilia. This was like the piece that everybody was like stitching to do before we got our retreat piece. But I started it at retreat, so I had a very little start on it. And I'm glad I did because Melissa from Shibadesigns, I loved her conversion so much, and it's a blue conversion, and I had to have it. So that is what I did. And this is where I have gotten now. So I put in approximately like 300 stitches a day, 300, I don't even remember, 250, somewhere in there. And boy, it had zero. Well, it may have a little bit of blue. I don't know what it had. Regardless of what it had, this is what it has now. And I love how it's popping. The sash comes here. Originally, this is like the point I was going to stop at. So this is the front page of the chart. And I think I talked to you about it last time that I was just going to like pop it, stop. Right about in here, I was just going to stop it. And I still lean that way when I show it to you guys. But it's so beautiful that I'm like, So we're just going to see. I don't know. Maybe there's a better place to stop it. Maybe I go to there. I don't know. We'll see. It's going away for right now. I definitely, just so you know, as I'm very indecisive, I have enough fabric to do the whole thing. And as I told my friends, the reason I was like, I don't know, she was like, I've had this pattern. No, I got this pattern for that. So she wasn't one of my like, oh, I must stitch. But now she's like become a friend, and like maybe I need to finish the friend instead of just stopping her. But we'll see as I get to that point. The next thing I have to share with you though is my, I started on the eclipse and I stitch on the full moon. It is the Fox and Rabbits Queen of the Night. And yes, I'm stitching on that black. And yes, I hope to find a frame very similar to that. I would love to tell you I will have this done by the end of the year, because that would be so cool to start it during the eclipse and finish it on the full moons for the 2024 season. But I think we'll see. It has a bunch still, and I don't know what next month's going to call for me. When I say a bunch, it's got like 450 stitches, but I don't know what next month's going to call for me. So, but the actual butterfly section, or whatever you call this thing, moth, that section's done. So it's some things. It is some sparklies down here and then the crown. So we'll see what I accomplish. I'm sure I want it to be finished for the month, and for the year. All right, I got more stitching to share with you, and I am like, I realize that I'm talking over myself. I don't know if I'm still like recovering from colonoscopy situation, but like it's a lot right now. I feel like I'm not getting my words right for you, but sometimes that's the normal Janet. So, all right, I did this one just because I thought I had this finished last year, because I did all the other ones in their season, but somehow this one snuck through and didn't get done in December. So I'm trying to get it done. I am currently working on the middle one, and this is where I got to at it. Why don't I use my board? I don't know. That's where I got to on it. So before I picked it up, it had the words. So I did this, and you can barely see the little white up there. There's white here and white up there. So we'll see. There's 3 of those. And like I said, I would like to see them finished hopefully in the December month. That would be great. The next thing I have to show you, this is it. This is the one from Dancing with the Stars. So this is tagged to the person that was on the leaderboard, the highest on the leaderboard this last week, and this is Sampler Hill. This was a gift to me from my friend Daleen. So when I stitch on it, I stitch in for Daleen. And it's like, I feel so boring when I tell you what I stitch, but it'll get fun eventually. And I want it to be with me for a long time for my friend. This is where I'm at. So I filled in a tiny bit here because I haven't decided in the big heel if I'm going to do the alphabet or not, or if I'm going to put Daleen's name, or I just haven't decided. So since I haven't decided, I started working on, like I had a couple of these done. So I just started working on these to finish off where I needed for the requirement. I believe it's 250 is what I have set. So a little bit of time. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay if this one takes me a super long time because my friend Daleen gave it to me and I just like stitching on it and thinking of her. The next thing that I had was, again, I'm trying to plug out these petites for Mini Mondays because I have a lot of mini projects. So this one is the one I'm working on. And I got myself, I keep throwing that board and then picking it back up. So I did the house and the blue. So this is super close to being finished. This little one may be finished before I come to you next time. And it has one more in that 4-pack for it to be done. All right, I pulled this one out. Why did I pull this one out? Is this just because? Oh, okay. So at the beginning of the year, the end of the year, beginning of the year, I assign a whip to every single month that I'm going to focus on. And I thought I didn't have one for the month of November. And then I was like, who cares? I'm just going to do Nora November. And then I realized that I was looking at the 23 list, not the 24 list. And I was supposed to be working on this. So I put on like 700 and some stitches on it this weekend. This is We Live in Hope by Blackbird Designs, but I am not doing that one. I am doing this one, which is Home from Sea. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. And since I was like, I just need to get some big stitching done on that little project, I did the ship. So everything was done except for the masks were even done, but I literally plopped in that ship this weekend and I'm super glad that I did. So that's like the last big motif. I have like I have a bird over here and some words and yeah. So we'll see. I will be plugging away at this. I'm going to see what the count, like what I think how much is done, and maybe like 100 a day or something like that is what I'll do. But I do want to see about getting this one done by the end of the year. I can't believe, well, I can because like it's in my notes app on my phone. So, and then like I just didn't look at the 24. I went too far back and looked at 23 and I was like, I think I have that done or I don't want to work on it. Who knows, but whatever. This is what I'm doing. All right, that's it for my stitching. No more stitching for this week. Hopefully I get a good bit of stitching done this next week, but don't go away. I still have a couple of really cool things to share with you, like really cool things. I was one of them that got in on the fundraisers for Grace Notes Fabrics for the hurricane relief, and I got my fabric in the mail, and it's called Higher Ground. And I knew when I saw this was going to have my first ever mermaid, Mirabilia mermaid on it, and it is. So this is what it looks like. I am in love. I am so glad I didn't sleep on this. I am so excited that a mermaid is going to go on this. It is definitely showing up brighter in this section online with you. But here's what I want you to tell me, because this is me. Should I do it this way or this way? I'm going to tell you what messes with me. What messes with me is that the further down you go into the ocean, the darker it gets. But I like the mermaid I'm going to put on this is the Mediterranean mermaid. And I like the blueness of the top for like the thoughts of like a Caribbean Mediterranean, like, whoo, like I'm in the ocean thing. So thoughts. This side, which side goes up? I also will show you the other side. And I know this is not true to life, but color wise, because that is way brighter. That is way brighter over there. Oh, I seriously cannot decide. And I feel like this has got more blue on it, doesn't it? When I flip it this way. Oh, it definitely has more blue on it when I flip it that way. So shout at me, tell me your thoughts. Okay, the next thing I have to show you is not cross-stitching related, but I'm making it cross-stitch related. I heard about this from the Flamingo Stitcher a bazillion years ago, and I searched forever for it. I couldn't even remember what she called it. And now I found it, and it's not even a product that's used anymore. So everywhere I find it, it's like one left. But I went ahead and acquired it, and that is this. It is called Fast and Tight Roofing. It's round tin caps. You can clearly see it's going to be a big one. It is super thin. I haven't even opened this because I don't even know how. But her husband told her about this. And then I was like, this makes so much sense for, I don't even have scissors around me to show you. This makes so much sense for how we do the magnet thing. Because I've used fender washers, but, and that's fine. But this is like fine also. How's that sound? This is fine also. Because look how thin. I mean, that is like so thin. So thin. And let's double check that like my theory behind it works. My little bluebird from a bazillion years ago. Look, it sticks. Look, I mean, I wish that you could understand how this is so thin that I probably could bend it. Like, I don't want to. I know I could bend it in half. I don't want to because I want them, but like, there's so many of these good ones. I may never need more. Yeah, that's not true, but guys, look, I feel like I need one more box of these before they become obsolete. That's a lot of goodness in there. That's a lot of swapping out projects in there. So that was fun. And that's my non-cross-stitching project that I've made cross-stitching. And again, I'm super excited about that. Oops, I about took you on a ride. All right, that is it for that. So my plans for this week are, of course, stitching. I still have not even stitched on my Whipco project. So I'm going to see myself working on my Afghan. I feel like that is definitely coming. So I have an Afghan and I have Dog's Declaration to still stitch on for this month. I want to make my Afghan my Sunday stitch, but this Sunday just wasn't happening. And quilting, I had 2 really good days of quilting last week. I got major stepping stones in the right direction. I know nothing fully finished to share, but literally I sewed a back together and turned a back and a top into a quilter. I have another back and top that's ready to go to another quilter. And then I need to put my big girl pants on and go back to like quilting them myself by stitching in the ditch. I have another one that I put the binding on a runner a table runner, and a fourth one that I am working on the back on that one. And then I have 2 more in queue ready to like fire it up for me to start cutting another one. So that is fun for me. And stitching, I have been working on like 2025 plans and like prep, because some of my charts need scanned in and put on that kind of like electronical devices, because that's how I like to stitch. So I've been working on that a little bit at a time, so it's not overwhelming as we get closer to the end of the year, because that's like we're like tiptoeing into that super quick. So that is like what I got done in regards to that. So that was this coming week. I think I have a sewing and a stitching day again this week. So I love hanging out with my friends and I love doing that. So for me, that's super cool. But that's it. I don't know. I don't have any specific projects to tell you, because I'm just like, I feel completely scatterbrained today, and this is not my norm. I talk over myself, but I feel scatteredish. So let's talk about my grandkids. Let's do that. Okay. So I had my grandkids for an overnight. It was so fun. We did walking and riding. I worked on Henry with his walking. Let me rephrase. I'm probably popping pictures in here. I worked with Henry on his walking. Ozzy brought me books over to read. When Papa got home, all those kids did was eat snacks. He's like the king of like, I'm telling you, my granddaughter says cracker. My grandson will be doing it shortly. And then I gave them both like, you know, a cookie, because you're at grandma's. So, and then there was one point they were playing in the dog cages together underneath our television. Our television sits on like a dog crate thing so that they can go in there if it's too crazy. But so that all happened. That was like on Saturday night. But earlier in the week, on Monday, I was watching them while Lizzie had an appointment, and Henry was being 100% a boy. Look at this picture. He is going to put additional grays in this grandma's hair. I didn't have a boy. Like my stepsons came along when they were 4 and 5. So this is a lot. And then Ozzy being a little mother hen. I'm popping this video in. It's like 7 seconds of your life. I'm sorry you can't get it back, but she was being so bossy telling him to sit, and it was so cute. And it went on way longer than that. I just gave you a snippet of the joy of the littles being around together. So that was a lot of fun. Of course, I always love seeing my grands. We are closing in on me suddenly having a 2-year-old and 1-year-old grandchild. Unbelievable. And as I always say, the time flies. The time just flies. So, but also this last weekend, I got to do something really cool that my daughter and I haven't gotten to do in what feels like forever. Basically, I snatched her, and I went to Fort Wayne to the home goods store, and we just like kind of did a little bit of, you know, just being by ourselves and that. And then we went next door to a furniture store, and I picked out furniture, and I came home and I told my husband, like, so like, I need this. This needs to happen. Our furniture has been through the teenage scene with the kids. So that's happening. So that's exciting. But I don't know. That's about it for the private life. I don't know. We'll see what this week entails for me. I know I have a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, and then a sewing and stitching day. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like Thanksgiving week, and I have plans in my mind, but I just gotta get them. I gotta get them. What is that word? I gotta make it happen. What is that word? Oh my gosh, people, I don't know. And I can't even give you a letter right now. My friends know that a lot of times I'll be like that P word. I need to get it like done. Everybody give me the words that I'm thinking of. I'm sure we're gonna play the thesaurus game here, and I'm gonna come up with a lot of words, but I need to make it happen. So I'm going to get off of here so you can stop with my crazy rambling today and get on to another Flosstuber. I hope you have a wonderful week. Get all the prep done for the upcoming holiday that we have coming. And I will see you next week in the middle of that, or the beginning of that, or whatever. I love you guys. Thank you for handling all of my crazy, but I love you. Thank you for stopping by. So please keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.